Nightmares, something we all adore. Waking up in the middle of the night shaking and sweating on all the water weight we left behind the other day. Nothing gets better than entering a new realm of the spiritual world mentally. Having our souls swim through planet Earth can be very touching, also frightening at the same time. Who knows what we can witness in our dreams as we drift far away into the cosmos? It could just be about anything. We're just asleep and nothing is real. Reality is far from what we experience while not awake, even though our emotions get the best of us while we lay there with our eyes closed subconsciously. I had my experience with bad dreams before, and I can definitely remember it like a bad beat on a poker table. Things that affect us can remain in our heads forever. It's like a scar that runs deep to remind us of all the bad experiences we had. I always had bad dreams of someone chasing me with a knife, trying to take the life that I hold dearly onto. I don't know why this always happens in my dream, but it's a common nightmare that always lingers in the dark closet of my mind. Sometimes the dream can get so intense, it feels like I've been running for eternity. It's a total nightmare when you have to deal with someone that's determined to kill you, determined to rip you apart for no reason, just because it's amusing to see a victim scared to death. I usually don't run as much as I do in real life, and this is something new to me. My lace feels like it has an endless amount of stamina as my heart pumps with shock by every moment it gets closer. This doesn't feel like a dream anymore. It feels like I'm living in a horror movie. Our brain works in many ways, but what are the possibilities of having the same situation on repeat like a broken record? I hate nightmares. I also hate the fact that you don't have full control over it. It's like your body's under sleep paralysis and you can't force yourself to wake up. The only time you would wake is when you're about to die. The abrupt feeling is like a sudden earthquake that just crawled up your spine, terrorizing your sleep like a loud thunderstorm in the night. Waking up in cold sweat and breathing to exhaustion is not my cup of tea. Sometimes I wonder, what can cause such a horrific nightmare? Is it some type of negative entity haunting me as I sleep over and over again? Or is it just my mind playing games with me? I will never know. There are scientific ways to break down on how a nightmare functions, but I can care less about that. My worries are not how it happens, it's how often it happens. When will it stop? When will be the day I can retreat to a little bit of happiness as I rest? The darkness lurks behind my head like a creepy shadow. There are temporary reliefs that can settle down in an unpleasant moment, which is beer. Nothing gets better than an ice-cold brew that can numb your senses and fill your bloodstream with encouragement. At times like these, you're gonna need one. I'm not sure if I'm still dreaming or awake, but at this point it doesn't matter. It's time to crank open a seasonal brew for this lovely autumn. This is Mill Street's Oktoberfest lager, straight from the distillery district. Filled and sealed less than a month ago. Fresh as it can get having it in the bottle, I could say. Sitting at 5.5 in ABV with 27 IBUs. This brew pours with a lovely amberish, bronzy color that kind of reminds me of Canadian maple syrup. The body is totally crystal clear, just like any crafted lager with no surprise, but with a color contrast like this, it complements the look very well. The aroma is very lovely, just a little faint. I get a bit of roastiness coming from the grains and malt, but like I said, it's not so pungent. It goes down very smooth with a medium body, super crisp, grassy with a touch of caramel. Somewhat bready, but fair play with the hops. It's not so bitter. I could definitely say this is one of the weirdest crafted lagers I ever taste, but good. It's like having some sweet ass in the morning. Too bad I was only able to buy one of these since it was completely sold out individually that you had to buy them in sausage kits instead. That cost over $50. LOL. This is the reason why I love alcohol so much. The hit of dopamine is like being at the batter box scoring a home run. The adrenaline pulsates through your heart like having butterflies on top of a rocky mountain. My taste buds have developed a huge appetite for beer that every big swig requires a switch to the palate. Nothing gets better than indulging into a great beer. I think it's time to leave. I don't know how I got here in the first place, and it kind of worries me to even think about that. I should have woke in my bed. There's no way I would have drank this much to end up in a place like this. I usually would end up naked in my bedroom, but not this time. Some dreams can take over more than once, and it's unreal how you can wake from one dream into another. It's like an endless series of nightmares without the Netflix subscription. Just this time, you're not paying for anything. Not even a single dime comes out of your pocket. At times like these, I would rather have currency come in my bank account, knowing that every end of the movie I wouldn't have to worry about what happens afterwards. At the end of it all, Dreams are just dreams. We just have to deal with it when the time comes. There are no special remedies or secret potions to disperse the darkness inside you. Sometimes you have to rise above and tell that motherfucker to stop or get laid down. There is no running from here on. Something I would say, you can't let a bully get bigger. Your fear is what feeds him. The only way to make it through obstacles in life is to shut him down. Mind. Fear is a good thing to have. It's like a survival mechanism inside you. We could choose to refuse to go against something that can harm us to keep us safe. But too much fear can put us in a corner where your mind eats you up inside enough to not even make a move against your own will. We all have a choice to do what's best for us, and I think we should take advantage of that. Not many of us do. We tend to get twirled up on what's going on in this world and focus on what's best for us. Right now, what's best for me is to destroy the weaknesses that's been following me around for the past years. It's time to handle it and take care of business. This is just business, nothing personal. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to drop a thumbs up if you did like this story film, and subscribe for more. I have a lot more story films you guys can watch that I created a long time ago. And also, I'll be having a 20-minute story film that's still in the works. My apology, guys. That will be done. I'll see you guys next time. Much love. Peace.